Welcome to the Langara Voice podcast. My name is Arlo Jukes. Vancouver prides itself on being one of the most sustainable cities in the world, and in this podcast edition of The Voice, our reporters Tuan Tran and Jaya Dino examine the ways that Vancouverites make their city as sustainable as it can be. Tuan Tran went to a repair cafe event where local residents can bring in anything from t-shirts to home appliances and have them repaired by volunteers. Tuan, it's good to have you here. What's the strangest thing you say you saw at this repair cafe?
Well, Arlo, thank you for having me. And have you ever seen a Roomba drift before?
Can't say that I have, no.
Yeah, and that was one of the appliances that was brought in where a Roomba just drift around instead of going in a straight line. And they actually got it fixed at the event. I got to manage to interview the volunteer who fixed it as well as one of the organizers. The bell was rung in celebration for an item that was successfully fixed by a volunteer at a repair cafe at Maple Oak Ridge Community Center, organized by the Society Promoting Environmental Conservation, also known as SPEC, earlier this month. One of the volunteers, Antonia Chacon, has this to share.
Currently, a lot of society will just buy things and ditch them once they've stopped working, which obviously contributes a lot to waste, lots of things going into landfill. The idea of this event is to promote people to kind of reshape their thinking, that things can have a second life and they can be used again and again and again. And so we have fixers here, and they have these skills that allow people to then repair items, so that rather than just throwing them away, it's preferable if those items can actually be repaired so they can be used over a longer duration.
SPEC Finance and Operation Manager Ashlyn Montgomery said the event is mainly operated by volunteers, as with many other SPEC sustainability programs.
I would say our repair cafe is our biggest volunteer base, where our volunteers are the ones making sure things run smoothly, repairing items. So a lot of the work that we're trying to do is empowering people to take action and make more sustainable choices in their lives.
The Repair Cafe is an important event for the city to work towards sustainability.
The beautiful thing about any form of sustainability, it's so simple. Once you start kind of putting these practices into your kind of daily life, the impact you can make, you don't kind of realize it initially, but it actually can be really sizable.
I'm Tuan Tran, Langara Voice.
And for students looking for ways to participate in the community while keeping up with their academics, Jaya?
Yeah, Arlo, I was given the opportunity to go to City Studio. So have you heard of what they've done in the past?
I have not, no.
Oh, get this. So City Studio Vancouver, they collaborate with post-secondary institutions to, build a better city by shifting the way students and community members, they work together to co-create solutions for the city. It's really amazing work. Young people are big contributors to what the future holds. And with innovations and sustainability, they become catalysts of change. Efforts like recycling is only the beginning.
So what we realized was that the sustainability needs of the world was outpacing the learning that was happening in universities. We were learning more about what needed to be done and the challenges than the curriculum could keep up with.
Dwayne Elverum is the executive director and co-founder of City Studio Vancouver, which collaborates with cities and post-secondary schools to make projects that help create a better city through inventive solutions.
We have about 130,000 students in the Lower Mainland. What would happen if even a small percentage of them use their energy expertise, research access, faculty access, and their interest, their intention for a better planet, put it towards what was then becoming City of Vancouver's new greenest city action plan?
These students need the city's support by maximizing resources to create collaborative innovation.
We want city staff with serious needs, asking serious questions of serious young people who will provide serious contributions. And everyone knows that, so the whole thing gets elevated with a kind of energy.
Jaya Dino, The Voice.
Bringing it back to the Langara Voice studio, we've all been doing plenty of research on City Studio and this repair cafe, and I wanted to throw it to you guys. What are some of the ways in which you all try and be more sustainable in your day-to-day lives?
Well, Arlo, I think one thing that I discovered during my reporting section was that, you shouldn't try to throw away things before they actually unusable. Because one thing I learned is about how source reduction work, and what they said is that in order to make a phone, you require a lot of precious metals, 10 times the size of the actual phone.
So let's say if you upgrade or like try to change your phone every 2 years, think of like they have to throw away 10 phones in order to like make that new phones for you. So by reducing the how many times you actually buy new things, you are reducing your material waste and reduce greenhouse emissions, which is like really, really important in reporting landfills as well.
So there's more to it than just throwing it in the correct bin.
Yes.
What about you, Jaya?
Yeah, thanks for that, James. Actually, I didn't really realize that. So for me, mine is actually kind of minuscule compared to that. So what I do for sustainability actually is just, it goes a long way, I think. People overlook what they think they cannot do, but it's in the small ways that we can make a change. So for me personally, I always carry a tumbler of my own. So it reduces, plastic waste in terms of cups because you could always go to Starbucks or Tim's or any other brands, and you could just give them a tumbler or a water jug and they're going to fill it up for you. Or I always bring cutlery of my own. So in those little ways, I do practice sustainability.
Very nice. For me personally, I never ride the bus. I walk to school, and that might just be because of how crappy the 49 is, but I like to think I'm making a little bit of a difference.
Oh, that's kind of coincident because I walk to school as well. I think it's like a really healthy way, like improve your health, just to get some extra exercise in, and you're not using more fossil fuels.
That's a privilege we have for living close to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm close to school. I'm just more dedicated. I walk like 35 minutes every day.
James, we're neighbors.
Uphill both ways.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, listeners. Make sure to check out the Langara Voice website for more local news stories, www.langaravoice.ca. I'm Arlo Jukes, signing off.